I need to, because I want to hear this in context. So
Right.
Mike actually got us a decent size clip, because what I have seen is 5 seconds that they were playing on the news, and I want to know exactly what is happening here. So this is from Wilmington, Massachusetts, and there was a board meeting where select board meeting, town council, and you know how these things are. Anyone who wants to can go in and they can say what they want. And
Yeah,
they
and
can
Joe
speak their
Murray
mind.
showed up halfway through, and he said, "Can you guys start over?"
By the way, the very nice woman who ran that meeting contacted us and with a link to the article that I guess Nick had wrote about it, and just said, "This is fantastic."
All right, so this is Wilmington, Massachusetts.
This is Wilmington, Mass, and this is like a select board meeting, and they let this guy's got a big poster that's advertising some movie that's like one of these conspiracy films about, I guess, the vaccine or something. So let's take a listen.
I came to speak about a documentary, some information from a documentary that I recently watched. It's pertaining to consequences from the vaccines. And
Mr. Chair,
From what
excuse me.
vaccines?
This is supposed to be public comments. He's
Yeah,
standing
this
for
isn't-
the
yeah,
board
yeah.
of public
No,
comments.
yeah.
You're supposed to comment on anything that is being presented in the meeting.
well, this pertains to the hiring of the town manager. This
No,
particular,
it does not.
No, it does not. I can get
it's
there.
a financial
No, it
impact.
does not, sir. This is public comments. What have we spoken about today? You can speak about. But other than that, I'm not getting into this
I believe-
suddenly rumble.
This is a huge issue when people are having myocarditis, blood clots, and other serious
Who's had
problems.
those in town?
Well, a firefighter who's probably the best
Don't you
firefighter in
raise your
town.
voice at me, pal.
Can you hear me?
I'll throw your.
I'm not looking to get thrown out. I'm looking to share some information, and
Don't
you keep
raise your
interrupting me.
voice.
Can you hear me?
I'll throw you like.
I mean, in fairness, you're going to throw. I mean, you can't raise your voice to a city council member.
You know how you handle
I mean,
this?
those guys got at least a dozen votes.
You know, you handle this, and I've seen it because I've watched a lot of these city council videos from all over the country. You let the maniac talk for his 2 minutes, and then you go, "Thanks."
It shuts it down. That's it.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Thanks for your time.
Like, all right, prick, you're on the city council.
Yeah.
Big deal.
So he'd already been up there for 10 minutes? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
all
well,
right,
there you go.
all
Maybe
right.
at this point I'd get a little pissed too. I want to go home and eat dinner.
Well, no, but why isn't there something procedurally in place where he gets removed?
Well, I think that's what they're trying to do at this
Well,
point.
then
There needs to be a
why don't you just get up and leave if you're the city
well,
council guy?
you haven't heard the rest of it. He's the only person there? Okay. So it's like a one-man audience.
Well, yeah, because can you imagine going to a city council meeting unless, when it's just open public comment, unless they were trying to build something on your street? Like, unless it directs directly to my property value, I don't have any interest in what you're doing on the city council, I hate to say. I don't even know where they meet, quite frankly.
Oh, I can hear you clearly.
Well,
Let me
then,
tell you, pal.
well, then let me tell you something. We have a firefighter that I was made aware of, that I'm going to be finding out his name, has consequences as a result of the vaccine.
This is public comment. You make your
I'm just
statements, and
asking
then
a simple
we'll take 'em in
question.
advisement. We'll take it under
Mr.
advisement.
Chair,
sir.
I'm going to excuse myself because I don't have time to waste here listening to this.
I
when
did
it
have
has
a question
nothing
for
to
you,
do.
Mrs.
He's asking
Maselli.
us
No, this
I'm
is-
not.
Well, now I know.
Oh, now
What you got
the
for
guts
Miss
of it.
Maselli? Miss Maselli, my question is,
Are you free Tuesday?
exactly, are you single? And do you want to see a documentary? Because I got one.
To this
I
when
did
it
have a
has nothing
question
to
for you,
do.
Mrs.
He's asking
Maselli.
us
Oh, this
I'm not
is
going
what-
to answer
this is it.
anything for you.
I just had a question
you are
because
out of line, and
one
I'm
of
not
the
going to
questions that I had pertained to analog. You
I
don't
am
want
not
to
here
share
as
with
an
them?
analog employee. I am here as a select person.
And that's
if you
it.
have a question for analog, you can call.
I'm asking you.
You can call Guitar Center.
Analog.
You can call Radio Shack. This guy knows all the lingo.
You can call.
I'm asking you since you're a selectman.
I
Can you
am
get
not
us-
an analog employee sitting behind this desk. I am a select person.
Would you please get us the answer to that
I will
question?
not. I am not. It's a conflict of interest.
You represent the firefighters. You
I do
represent the
not
public safety
represent
personnel.
the job that pays my family's food.
Thank you.
housing,
Have a
and
nice
everything.
night.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for your attention to this matter.
Good thing
Yep.
no one in town likes you.
Uh,
or
go-
believes anything you say.
Go eat some ice cream.
Yeah, why don't you go yourself?
Is she a heavy woman? Is that why he said she's not? Why did he say go eat some ice cream?
Is that like conspiracy talk?
Oh, did you hear that? Okay, you didn't. Her apparently, what the hell's going on here? Apparently, her family member owns an ice cream store. This is what's going on in government. By the way, we're all, people in Wilmington, you're all paying for this to happen. this collection of people yelling at each other, and then the woman knows the man, and the man's insult to her is your brother owns an ice cream store. That's why do you think the ice cream store is? You think they're paying taxes? Why don't you go have some ice cream? Your brother's ice cream store. And you're going to tell me about the vaccine? Big ice cream is Big Briars is pulling the
I'm
weight?
reading this from Boston.com. It says a statement. It says Hull explained that the now viral clip doesn't capture McDonald's the guy who's the conspiracy guy, frequent public comments on the select board's growing frustration. Quote, in many cases, he seems to like and incite negative responses. Quite often, the commentary he offers is simply not accurate, as was the case this time. We don't discourage people from making comment. That's why we're here. I think what's problematic and challenging is when the individuals are making false statements and trying to encourage confrontation.
Or maybe have it so lunatics can't come in and talk whenever they want.
No, let them come in, give them their 2 minutes, and then have a guy with a taser. Or a harpoon.
Your time is up.
Right. Like,
And he drops.
But are you really
and two
gonna-
police escort him out.
You know what? Have them speak on top of a trapdoor. And if you're not
can
done in
Shanghai
2
'em.
minutes, you press the button
you
and
Shanghai 'em.
into the pit. You're battling the Rancor for your life.
But if I could get serious for a second, because I do have some thoughts on this issue. How can this woman sit? How can the town of Wilmington allow this woman to sit on the select board when she has a relative that openly owns an ice cream shop in town?
I mean, listen, does she actually do analog? I'm not sure. I saw her buy a VCR last week.
She was in Dolby at one point. I mean, she has a stereo. That much is clear.
She bought a sound bar.
She has a theremin. All right. Well, I don't even know what just happened there, but I do know that you couldn't pay me enough to be in the city council. I don't know what the hell you're doing. How it's worth it to anybody.
You go there after your regular job, too. Like, you're already working a job.
Yeah, you've already worked the day. And then you got, I don't know, ask Marshall Hook. He does it. He's all into local politics. And then ask how you can, the conflict of interest with the ice cream shop, which he just exposed. And now we're talking about, now it's at a state level.
Thank God for him.
Now it's at a state level.
Yeah.
Maura Healey, I know, I was good friends with her two of her sisters. Good people. Caitlin, take this to your sister. I know you listen.
Run along.
There's a woman